This is the Fittest Experience 2024. We got the pro individual women and men heat number 1. 9 women in this heat, only 6 men. The top 7 in each division, I believe, are coming up in the next heats. It's the final and 7th workout, 3 days of competition. This one was announced earlier this morning. We basically got rope climbs, bar muscle ups, and toes to bar as the gymnastics, and then in between there's 2 rounds of lunge, burpee box jump over lunge. It'll make sense when you see it. We'll go through the women and then the men. They got 6 rope climbs for the men, 5 for the women to start. Lane 2, Addison Latiolis, Cass Lane, Alina Ward, Alex DeGarmo, Morgan Hickson, Sophia Arteaga, Courtney Pichtel, Evelyn Kimball, and Rachel Fricker. On the male side of things, there's Jeremy Kane, Travis Moore, Brady Borchardt, James Lewis, Gabriel Townsend, and Kayla McClure. 6 rope climbs for the men, 5 for the women, and then they'll head to the dumbbells for their first of 4 rounds of lunging. A pair of 70-pound dumbbells for the men, 50-pound dumbbells for the women. Sophia Arteaga moving forward for the women first, followed by Hickson. Travis Moore moving forward first, followed by Brady Borchardt for the men. 20 feet lunge. Front rack is the description of it. You know, 6 steps, maybe less for 2 of the taller guys in the field. And then they'll head to the burpee box jump overs. 10 reps on the burpee box jump over for everyone. 24 inches for the men, 10 for the women. It's Arteaga, Hickson, and DeGarmo, 1, 2, 3 for the women. It's Moore, Borchardt, Townsend, McClure, and Lewis, top 5 in this heat for the men. After these 10 burpee box jump overs, they'll head back to the dumbbells and lunge back to the rig for a different gymnastics movement. The gymnastics movement will change each time they get back there. They already got the rope climbs out of the way. Bar muscle ups will be next, followed by toes to bar to close things out. Travis Moore leading the way for the men. Borchardt hot on his heels again. Arteaga over there, the only athlete settling up the dumbbells, and now DeGarmo comes to join her. Moore, final step, he gets across. Borchardt will be next. They got 12 bar muscle ups. The women will have 10. Moore wastes no time and jumps up to the rig. Arteaga finishes her lunge. DeGarmo a step behind that. Borchardt up on the rig. Here comes Townsend, McClure, and Lewis. Arteaga chalking up. DeGarmo doing the same, and as they do that, Kimball, Hickson, and Fricker will also walk to the rig on the women's side of things. 12 bar muscle ups here for the men, 10 for the women, and then they'll head back to do the dumbbell lunge, burpee box jump over dumbbell lunge combo again before finishing things out with the toes to bar. Unbroken set at 12 for Moore. Borchardt comes off the rig. Moore will head to the dumbbells for the 3rd time out of 4. None of the women off the rig yet. Travis Moore all on his own in his heat. He'll head to the box for 10 more burpee box jump overs. As now it's DeGarmo, Arteaga, and Kimball advancing to the dumbbells all at the same time. Borchardt and Townsend on the men's side of things have now made their way to the dumbbells as they try to chase down Moore, and here comes McClure as well. So Travis Moore, left side of the screen, the only athlete working on the burpee box jump overs. Alex DeGarmo will set on her dumbbells for the women as Townsend is now overtaking Borchardt for the 2nd spot in the heat on the men's side of things. Kimball gets to the box before DeGarmo, and Arteaga has now fallen down to 3rd in the heat. So it's Moore, Townsend, Borchardt, and then Kimball, DeGarmo, Arteaga on the women's side. Lewis and McClure get to the box, and Morgan Hickson, along with Courtney Pichtel, are working on their lunges on the far side of the floor as Alina Ward gets set to pick them up. Travis Moore gets the dumbbells to the shoulders. This will be his last set of lunges, and then 24 toes to bar will be the final movement in this final workout for heat 1 of 2 for the pro individual men and women's divisions. Moore leaving the field in the dust here, and we'll keep an eye on his time as it could factor into a very tight points race at the top of the men's division. minus Bill Leahy, who's pretty much running away with it. 24 toes to bar for the men, 20 for the women. Moore all on his own on the rig. Townsend and Borchardt next to come, as on the far side of the floor, DeGarmo has the lead now over Kimball. DeGarmo sets the dumbbells down. She'll head to the rig for 20 toes to bar. Kimball a few steps behind that. Arteaga a few steps behind her. Moore still working on the toes to bar. Townsend's not going to dress up. DeGarmo on the rig on the women's side of things. Kimball going to be second up there, and then Arteaga. Moore has come down. Townsend is up. Borchardt chalking up. James Lewis now entering the fray. He sets the dumbbells down for the last time. No hand up yet for Moore. DeGarmo comes off the rig, and there goes Moore. 5:03 will be the time to keep in mind for Travis Moore. And as we mentioned, the men's heat is tight. So we will keep track of that because 2 through 7 on the men's side is close. Alex DeGarmo getting across. 5:18 for DeGarmo will be the score to beat on the women's side of things. Townsend with a hand up as Kimball heads to the finish line. Evelyn Kimball will close out her Fittest Experience 2024. Here comes Townsend at the same time as Arteaga. So Townsend will be second for the men as Arteaga is third for the women. Hand up for Borchardt. Lewis and McClure still on the rig. Picktel on the rig for the women along with Hickson. And way down there, Alina Ward as well. Hand up for Borchardt. But McClure's going to be done next. He'll get across the line underneath the 6-minute mark. 8-minute time cap on this one. Not sure anyone's going to need it. There goes James Lewis as Jeremy Kane is finishing up his lunges. 24 more toes to go for Kane, who was the winner on Atlas earlier today, the shoulder to overhead ladder. Borchardt and Hickson cross at the same time at about the 6:12 mark. Jeremy Kane, the last man on the floor here in heat number 1. There goes Courtney Picktel, and she'll get across the finish line at about the 6:22 mark. Fricker on the bar close to us. Ward finishes up. Alina Ward will finish up her competition at about the 6-minute, 30-second mark. So far side of the floor, Latiolis and Lane, and then Fricker is left for the women. The Jeremy Kane, the only man, still working on his only set of 24 toes to bar. Hands up for several of the women, all the women in fact. Who's going to drop first? And Rachel Fricker will head to the finish line. As she does that, here comes Cass Lane. 2 reps to go, far side of the floor for Latiolis. Kane is halfway through his set at 24. Latiolis heads to the finish line. Kane will lose the shirt for the last 12 reps. Heat number 2 waiting in the wings back there. 5 reps for Kane. 25 seconds to the cap. Final rep for Kane, grabs the shirt, back to the finish. That'll do it for heat number 1. One more heat to go.